Hello, blessings and welcome. I am Drasmin. This is Dragom Oracle, and I am going live as I am recording this on TikTok, and we'll be cross posting this to the YouTube channel later today. So let's start with a breath inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. I just got this really cute bell toy, as part of a trade for my book. Apparently this woman has had it for the last 25 years. It was sitting in her art studio, infusing with all that energy. So I don't know if you can hear it. It's a very subtle, soft chime. It works when I play with it a certain way. I don't know. I think it's just fun to have a metal ball in my hand to play with. And it makes a really awesome sound, right? So opening now a circle into which I step into, free of ego, thought, and motion, to be a clear channel for the messages that wish to come through. Humbly inviting in the elements, archangels, angels, ascended masters, animal spirits, dragons, fairies, unicorns, mer beings, all friendly beings in between. Ringing this cute little metal ball bell to call in and invite you all into the sacred circle, that you may lend your presence, your witness, your support, your guidance, your love. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone who's joining live. Drop a hi, let me know how you're doing today. So I've been feeling like there are some messages that have been wanting to come through for the past few days, and I usually record and channel videos and tarot at the end of the day after evening practice and dinner. And I've noticed that with everything I've been navigating with the pain body, that by the time I get to the end of the day, sometimes I don't even have the strength to even like use a lighter, okay, because my hands are in so much pain. And so after, this has happened several times over the last few months, where like I feel the guidance to record, channel messages, and then I'm like, I'll do it later when I usually do it. And then later comes around and I'm just like in so much pain with my hands that all I can do is just lay on the couch with my clamps and breathe. And so I decided, today's February 1st, I'm gonna do my recordings and channelings first thing when I wake up. Now I'm in the middle of a move, so everything's packed up. I don't even have a desk right now. I just have my cute little foldable papasan chair, and I'm sitting in front of this only window that has light so you can see my face. Hi, because I've gotten some messages and comments from you that you want to see more of me on here. So here I am, smiling. Hi. My hands are at about a 6 right now, so I'm able to navigate a little easier than when they're at an 8, shall we say. But I also, hi Saeed, thanks for saying hi. But at the same time, also honoring what my hands need. And so I'm gonna work with the pain body, because this is the reality that I'm in, and it's not gonna stop me from bringing you the messages that the universe has for you. So it's February 1st, it's a new month. It is the celebration of imbolc, 1st, 2nd, wherever you are. And so I'm guided to pull some tarot from the Witch's Tarot deck to just check in on what is going on for the collective energy at this time. And and let's see what's coming up. And then after I do some tarot, I have the Dream Weaver's Oracle here to pull some messages for the blessings that are coming in with imbolc, okay? And then if my hands have strength in them, after I'm done, I will pull personal readings if I have the strength, all right? Because my hands are at a 6-7 today. I covered them with some pain cream, and so I'm just like, all right, they're a little happy right now with the pain cream. So let's start with, what is one overall card for the collective energy who is tapping into this frequency, who is aligned in this vibration to receive these messages in accordance with the will of the utmost high for the highest good of their own lives and of all beings? What is one card right now? So the cards are a little sticky right now. So immediately that I'm getting, it's like as I was shuffling and the cards are feeling sticky, and I have the card right here. The first message that was coming through is, yeah, thank you so much for sending me donations. You know, I have Zelle, I have CashApp, I have PayPal, I have Venmo. So all of your donations greatly support me and my channel. Thank you so much. It is Lady, L-A-D-Y, Drasmin, D-R-A-S-M-I-N on CashApp and Venmo. So thank you so much for asking for that, Richard. I appreciate you. Okay, so what I was getting as I was shuffling and the cards felt sticky is like, this is the energy that some of us are in right now. It's like where we're attempting to have movement in our lives, but it just feels a little sticky. It's like solving, shall we say. And Jagger Delight says, our greatest challenge in life is ourselves. Absolutely, you know, because we, the I am that is embodying this consciousness, this human body in this timeline, has the power of free will. That is the gift of being in the human experience. We have the gift of free will to either tap into our highest potential and activate and anchor and ascend into our God, Goddess consciousness and learn to transcend the physical body, or we don't. And I was having a conversation with an elder sister yesterday. She took me out to lunch, and we were talking about the Saturn returns for people, and we were talking about how a lot of people die right at the beginning of their Saturn returns. We go through 3 major Saturn returns. The first happens in our late 20s, the second happens sometime between our 40s and our 50s, and then the third one happens at the early 70s. So around this time is when a lot of people choose to end their soul contracts, or they have already chosen that before they come into the experience. They choose to leave because you either leave the body or you go into a deep reflection period to rise higher, shall we say. And so it feels like the collective is going through a Saturn return beginning right now, especially with the Pluto energy just shifting into Aquarius. You know, there's this, the Pluto and Aquarius energy is a collective awakening, because Pluto is about the depths of our subconscious, what's hidden, what's far away, our challenges, our secrets, our gifts, right? Our gifts that are buried or forgotten, quote unquote forgotten. Nothing is ever truly lost or forgotten. Every day without a headstone is a milestone. Ooh, I like that line. I'm going to use that in a poem. Thank you. So we are always moving forward, right? And right now with this Pluto and Aquarius energy, Aquarius is the mind in relation to the whole. It governs our technology, it governs our expansion, it governs the air element that encompasses all, because it is the third air element in the zodiacal wheel. And so the Pluto and Aquarius energy is really inviting a deep inner look at how we use the power of the I am and overcome our own personal limitations, where they are self-imposed limitations of, you know, belief systems, ideologies, habits, addictions, so on and so forth, or their actual physical challenges. Like I was talking about, like my hands, they're just like, you know, I have good days and I have not so good days, and I'm choosing to work with the reality of the challenge of the pain of my body and just say, you know what, I'm going to get up, and when I have energy, instead of diving into all the other work that I do, or, you know, whatever it is I got going on, I'm going to commit to recording first thing when I get up while I have my tea or shortly after, because this is just where it is right now. I'm not saying that I'm going to be, in my pain body for the rest of my life. This is just the reality in the here now. And this is how we, quote unquote, quantum leap our reality. This is how we accelerate, shall we say, our mama manifestations. This is how we dance through the currents of life, when we choose to come into peaceful acceptance of what is in the now, right? We are not resisting. I'm not resisting the pain body. I'm not creating frustration and angst around it. I'm accepting it, and I'm choosing to work with it. So we are choosing to work with our real limitations, or break through the other limitations that do not allow us to continue moving forward in the most authentic and aligned and heart-centered way. So as I was shuffling, the cards felt sticky. It feels like, especially, and this message is targeting the beings who have, not targeting, that's not the right word, excuse me. This message is centered and directed, that's the word, directed towards the beings who have been doing their soul work, who have been showing up consistently, right? And this message is saying to you that you feel like you're just at that end. You're just at the end. You're at the end of this karmic cycle. You're at the end of this period of challenge that you've been in for days, weeks, months, even years for some of you. You're at the end, and it's just like little things are coming up, or even big things like old triggers, old patterns, old habits, old temptations are just been coming up to just make sure that you are fully empowered in your free will and you are fully tapped into your discernment and your intuition to know what is the right step for you moving forward, right? It's just the final threads. Because think about this, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, first of all, was when we had the French Revolution and the American Revolution. Okay, so that's just going to tell you right there, this is a big fucking energy that is going to affect the world. I mean, it already is, right? But we're starting to just like see it, like the spiritual warfare that has been in the subconscious, been in the quantum for the last few years. Now it's IRL, okay? Hashtag IRL, in real life, okay? It's undeniable at this point, the clear lines between illusion and truth. Like there's no in between. There's no more running away from where we're supposed to live, or who we're supposed to be with, or what kind of work we're supposed to be in. You may not have the answers and the clarity, but that whether you are in alignment or not, like at the bare minimum, you will feel that viscerally. And so we are literally breaking free from generations of karmic cycles, of programming, of lack, of scarcity, of poverty, of famine, of disease. We are breaking free. And so you can imagine that it's been like so enmeshed that it's like been this like untangling and the separation and this uncurling and this like slow, gentle, tending process to just like straighten up. And now it's like, oh, it's so close. It's like the final like 2 minutes before the baby pops out of the womb, and it's like, whew, what's going on? And look, the card that I pulled out is Harvest. Okay, confirming what I've been saying. It's like these final threads. This is the collective energy. It's like the final threads. It's like, just hold, darling. Just hold, darling. Okay, just hold and breathe. Hold the vision. Hold the faith. Okay, in moments of darkness, faith is tested. I wrote this beautiful poem on faith yesterday, and I don't have my journal with me. Maybe I'll go grab it if you're interested in hearing about it, and if you want me to read the poem to you, I'll go grab it here in a moment. But this is what's coming in now. Harvest, the 20 card, the 20. This is a major arcana card, meaning this is destined, this is fate, this is designed for you, this is aligned for you, but you have to be ready to receive. I was, I was gonna do some recording and writing last night. And again, pain body just took over. I was on the couch for over 2 hours with clamps in my hands, just relieving pressure points. And I was getting downloads around mama manifestation and what it is. Everybody thinks like, oh, I'm gonna manifest money and I'm just gonna sit here and it's gonna rain money on me. And I even created a video like 2 years ago where it was on the 222 portal actually. And I'm sitting there in meditation, and I had a friend help me out, but I'm sitting there in meditation, and all of a sudden, like, I hear like some kind of sounds, and I open my eyes, and it's like, oh my gosh, money is raining down on me. And when I first started this journey of mama manifestation, that's what I thought it was. I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and pray, and everything's just gonna drop in my fucking lap. But I have realized through my own work over the years and through, many ego deaths and humble pie checks that mama manifestation is about getting your frequency into a state of receiving, getting your vessel, preparing your physical body to both receive and hold, okay, and hold what you are anchoring in. So if you are coming, and most of us in the human experience are coming from generations of poverty, of famine, of war, of scarcity, okay? If we are coming from that, and that is our DNA imprint, that is what the nervous system is used to. And the nervous system will go towards a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven, because that's just how the body works. It goes towards what's familiar. It goes towards what's comfortable. So mama manifestation is actually a process of decluttering, deprogramming, self-care, daily journaling, realizing our thought patterns, rewriting them, repatterning them, doing that work consistently, learning how to give of ourselves, learning how to receive compliments, learning how to receive the pennies that you find on the floor as if they are the fucking nectar of God in a seed. Okay, mama manifestation is this process of learning how to embody the wealth that we are by simply being in this human experience, by seeing that our mind is wealth, that our words and how we use them is wealth, by our heart and our emotions and the depths of how much we love and feel is wealth. Our capacity to give without expectation of return is wealth. Our ability to receive without attachment to how or where or when, that is wealth. And mama manifestation is the work to clear the physical vessel and to declutter the mind and repattern it into a state of course I walk around with $5,000 in my pocket, no big deal. Sure, I'll buy that car, not a problem. Really feeling that, not like, oh my God, my electric bill is due and it's like $80. How the fuck is the universe going to give you the house of your dreams when you can't even get past an $80 electric bill? Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, comment down below and let me know. Do you get my point? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Okay, and this is what this Pluto in Aquarius is really going to, it's already making the world realize that it's not just about sitting there and doing your affirmations for like 5 minutes and saying, oh my gosh, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am light, I am love, and then going around the rest of your day stressing out about this really small bill, or like, scratching your head because you just want to get yourself a fucking muffin at the coffee store. It's like, get the muffin. It's a couple of bucks. Give yourself that wealth. Money comes and goes. It is one form of energy exchange. Okay, I just did my taxes yesterday and I finished up my financial records for 2023, and I have a whole section in my financial records just for trades. I accept trades in my line of work. So I'm not filthy rich monetarily, but I am fucking wealthy when it comes to my cosmic bank, because I am learning how to give and receive from here, not from here. And the more we work on this and aligning our frequency, that's when the harvest comes in. That's when the harvest comes in. This is 20. 20 in the major arcana is right before the world card. It's like we get our harvest and now we've got the world in our hands. And let me tell you a story about the world. So I've been in this process of packing since June of last year because I need time to pack and close down all my altars and grids, and also with the pain body doing everything physically alone right now, I've needed time to very slowly pack. I finally got the last of it done last night, just in time, end of the month. I'm like, I'm done packing. Like now it's like, all right, universe, where's the car? Where's my help? Let's go. Okay. So anyway, I've been praying and reaching out and putting feelers out, and then sometime in the beginning of January, this man, a neighbor who moved in, came over and offered me a gift loan for a car. Packing what? I've been packing my house because I'm packing to move across country. And so, but I don't have like a whole lot of money right now because I've been in this like deep healing process with my hands, and so I haven't been able to show up consistently on social media to post. And I'm working on figuring out again how to work with this, because it's all about, God gives us challenges to show us how strong we are. Okay, He doesn't give us challenges to make us feel like shit. Okay, He's not a vengeful goddess is not sitting up there in the sky like, how can I make Drasmin's life difficult again? How can I make Kadel or Earth or Storm or all of you people, beautiful people that are here, how can I fuck shit up for you today? No, we are never given more than we can handle. Okay, but in the moment when it feels like a lot, it's just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Okay, anyway, I'm digressing here. I need a little more tea. You're right. How did it take me 7 months to pack up a house? Well, as I just said, I'm navigating a lot of pain with my hands and my body. So it takes me a lot of time and effort to, do anything because my hand functions are very limited. And I am physically alone. So I'm the only person packing up and doing everything for myself right now. And I'm a high priestess, a shaman medicine woman. So I have altars and grids, and those take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to wrap up and seal, depending on how large and how big they are. This is just part of my work and responsibility as a grid worker and as a light warrior, a light walker, shall we say, a shadow dancer. And so that's why it's taken me 7 months to pack up my house. Thank you for asking. Earth says, Earth be so fucked, but I feel you. Yeah, right? Seriously, like the Earth is just like up to here with everybody's bullshit, and she's not taking anybody's shit anymore. Kadel, no, there's no family or friends that could help me. Thank you for asking. So where was I? Let's come back to where I was with the reading. What was I talking about? The sharing, the alignment. Oh, the world. Okay, the world card. Okay, so at the beginning of January, this man showed up and he offered me a car, a loan to get a car. And I was like, wow, thank you so much for the blessing. Well, long story short, I wouldn't accept his loan on his terms. I wouldn't compromise my sense of my boundaries, my intuition, my morals, my ethos, and he basically rescinded his gift and his loan on Monday. He just like walked out in the middle of a conversation of me reaffirming my boundary. He just literally got up and walked out of the house, and I was like, okay. Earth, you fucking are distracting me from talking about, and yes, you're on it. We see each other. Have a good day, love. Thank you. Yes, Derzel, send me a friend request. I want to connect with more of you, and as I'm about to, get on the road, I have a feeling that there's a possibility I'll be meeting some of you along my way if you're on my journey. So, if you're on the way between Oregon and New Mexico, perhaps we'll meet. So, I do sound healing, shamanic drumming, women's temples. So perhaps we'll collaborate, right? Reach out and let's see if I can get you on the calendar with me. So on Monday, he just walks out in this middle of this conversation and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so petty and so immature. This guy is at the beginning of his final Saturn return, so he's going through stuff. I get it. Still, it's never okay. At least for me, like maybe for this works for some people, but this shit fucking makes me mad. Okay, like be an adult and say, okay, time out. I'm feeling triggered. I need a moment. But there was no conversation. And he just like walked out in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, that's fucking rude and immature. So, he walks out, and I had a good cry, you know, because I'm a human fucking being also at the end of the day. Like, I'm in this body, I have emotions, I have feelings, they get hurt. So I was like, I spent the entire month of January looking for a car, you know, trusting this man to support. And then he just like walked out and just like ghosted me in person. I was like, wow, what the fuck? So I had a good cry about it. And then I was just sitting there like in deep surrender to God, Goddess. And I'm like, okay, well, I've done everything I can. So at this point, my hands are like this. I mean, I really can't do much with them anyway. And when my sisters have asked me, they're like, how are your hands doing? I'm like, they're in this position for receiving, because that's literally the only position they can hold most times. Like, I can't even like hold these cards right now. So I was sitting there, and then this woman came over to finalize a trade for a copy of my book, I Am. And I gotta show this to you. Okay, hold on. So I'm sitting there, and she comes over and she offers me a trade. And this was one of the items in the trade, this little beautiful bell, which is really beautiful. And then she said, and I found something else when I was walking out the door, and it really called to you, and I'm wondering if you'd like it. And this is what she shows up with. Literally, God, Goddess delivered the world into my hands a little over an hour after this man walked out on the conversation. So I'm like, if this is not a fucking sign that God, Goddess has me, I don't know what is. Like, come on. Come on. Okay? So it's like, this is what I'm talking about. After the harvest, the world comes. Look, you get your harvest, and then the world comes in. Okay? It's like, I'm receiving my harvest, or I have received my harvest. It's just like in fucking transit delay or something, like dealing with inspections or some bullshit at the border. I don't fucking know what's going on, but my harvest is here. The world is literally in my hands, and my job is to just sit and receive, okay? And so this is the collective energy. I know I've gone a little bit on a tangent here, and I hope you've kept up with me. 3 dimensions in one world. Absolutely. I mean, we are multidimensional beings existing in this quote unquote reality, okay? So it's like our harvest is here. Can you allow yourself to trust that your prayers have been heard? Can you allow yourself to soften into the frequency of already having it? Can you allow yourself to embody the frequency of wealth that you know you are? Can you go and get yourself that damn muffin and just, sit back and take your time and eat it? Don't scarf it down. Don't shove it down with a cup of sugary coffee. Sit down and enjoy your damn muffin, because that is the freaking blessing. Like, I've just been sitting here like, I'm literally holding the world in my hand. What the freak up? Okay, like, I don't know how I'm gonna be moving out. Like, I don't have the precise date. It has to happen this month because my notice is to leave at the end of the month, but I'm packed. Like, I have done everything I can. I'm packed. I'm ready to go. I've put feelers out, and the freaking world is in my hand right now. So it's just like, I mean, how does it get any better than this? What else is possible, right? And so this is the collective energy right now. Like, the harvest is here. It's here, baby. Maybe you don't see it in your physical reality right now. Maybe it's not what you perceived and imagined it to be, like I was saying with my sharing of what mama manifestation has been to me. First of all, the word manifestation, where's the mama? It's not just a man that creates a baby. It's a man and a mama. Okay, so it's a mama manifestation, because you need the mama and the man and the I to manifest. Okay, so we have tapped into our masculine and feminine energies. We have come into aligned harmony, 20. So 20, the duality is a oneness that taps into the void, the two, decisions, duality, union consciousness, recognizing that we are the yin yang. There is a two, but it's a one, it's a whole, it's a singularity. And what is the zero? The zero is the void, the zero is possibility. Can you allow yourself to sift and settle and soften into the frequency of having it? Can you just close your eyes and picture your dream house, your dream relationship, and just allow yourself to be fulfilled and nurtured and nourished with that frequency? It's not easy when you start, okay? But it does get easier as you continue practicing, okay? All right, let's get another card here. Let's get another message because I'm feeling something else. Oh, what is this? Too many. I can't even talk right now. Do you see this? What is this card? People. What is this card? This is the world. I'm like at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. I am at a loss for words. Okay? The world. We get the harvest, and I'm talking about like after the harvest comes the world. The world was literally delivered to my doorstep from this unexpected source. I was like, sure, I'll trade a copy of my book with you. No problem. She's like, well, I have money, I have earrings, I have jewelry. I'm like, I don't fucking need any of this stuff. But it's not about what I need. It's about exchanging our wealth, okay? And this is something else that I have learned in my journey of Mama Manifestation. It's not always about what we need or desire, rather, excuse me. It's always what we need, okay? We always get what we need. Okay, I desired the world in my hands, but in that moment, I needed a symbol of hope. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I needed a reminder that God, Goddess has me. And later that afternoon, I was talking to another man, and he's like, well, you should just accept his offer on his terms because that's the only option you have. And I looked at it and I'm like, who the fuck do you think I am? God, Goddess created the heavens and the earth and all the fish in the sea and the grains of sand on the ocean and all the stars in the sky. And you want me to believe that this gentleman making this offer that he retracted without a word is my only option? He fucking made me laugh. Thanks for the jokes. The world shows up in my house. The world shows up in this reading as a confirmation of everything I've been saying. You have arrived. And you're probably feeling very exhausted, and that's okay. You're probably just feeling a little annoyed, and that's okay. Feel your feelings, hold space for them, but don't attach yourself to them. Don't create stories for them. Maybe it's not even your stuff that you're picking up, because this is something else that I need to share. It's very, very important, okay? As we are now in this Pluto and Aquarius energy, the telepathy, the sensitivity is rising, okay? Why? Because Aquarius is the air of the mind of the we, okay? Aquarius rules technology. Aquarius rules telepathy. Aquarius rules connection. Okay, so when our minds are in sync, like we're operating like one organism, orgasm is what I was going to say. Sure, we can have a collective orgasm because we're all high vibing. So as we are tapped into this frequency, we are able to feel when our choices and decisions are creating an impact. I mean, we've always been able to feel them, but now there's a greater awareness, okay? There's a greater awareness. That's the key. There is a greater awareness of how our thoughts and our decisions do affect and effect a greater whole, whether we see that right away or not. Okay, and so this is why returning to our heart-centered truth is so important, because when we are aligned with heart-centered truth, we are tapped into the collective frequency of love, which is the highest frequency. When we are tapped into the frequency of love, you can't make any quote-unquote wrong decisions, okay? Not, first of all, there's no such thing as right. Well, maybe. Okay, I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is, for the most part, our decisions and choices are neutral. There could be really dumb choices and decisions, but ultimately, you're doing the best you can. Or so I'd like to believe, right? You're doing the best you can, and you're choosing the best you know based on what you know. Life is all about judgments, decisions, choices in the moment, and you just got to accept the consequences of that, right? And sometimes the consequences are great, and sometimes they're not so great. And when the consequences are not so great, that's when the ego mind wants to go into that loop of, oh my God, you fucked up. You made a bad choice. No, honey, you didn't make a wrong choice. You are always in alignment, okay? This is a download that I got over a year ago. It's like we are always in alignment. We might be off the road just for a hot minute because, desire, insecurity, whatever bullshit comes up. But eventually we're going to get right back on track because we are in alignment. We are always in alignment. We are always in alignment with ourselves, with our path, with our destiny, if you want to use that word, so to speak. Yeah, we might go off the trail because you're like going around on your path and you're like, oh, berries, I want to go nibble. And then you go off the beaten path and you go and eat the berries. And maybe they're fucking delicious, and then you get back on the path. Or you go off the path and you go to the berries and they're fucking poisonous and you get sick and you get diarrhea, but eventually you'll get back on the path. Like, either way, you're always in alignment. You're always on the path, right? There might be distractions and diversions, and eventually you get better at trusting your intuition and tapping into that discernment and honoring your little voice that says, hey, don't go off that beaten path right now. Like, you need to just stay on point. There'll be another little beaten path off here, in like 5 minutes, and you can go down that path and you'll find better berries. Shit, you'll find a fucking stream as well that you can just like soak in while you're eating all the delicious berries, right? Discernment. This is the key. This is one of the key medicines that Pluto in Aquarius is bringing the entire world, okay, over the next few months. And this energy is going to carry us for the next 20 some years, okay? So this is a big energy, people, okay? Pay attention. Okay, pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your discernment. Pay attention to whatever is coming up within you. And it starts by taking care of your body, because if your body is not fed, is not hydrated, is not rested, it's out of sync, it's out of balance, it's not in its, it's not in its optimal flow, shall we say. You're depleted in one form or another. But clearly, because you're tapped into these messages, you have been staying in alignment, and now the harvest is here. And that's going to bring this 21, this ending of a big karmic cycle. It's bringing the beginning, okay? Because all endings are beginnings, okay? 21 adds up to the 3. Okay, the 3 is the Empress energy. It's the mother energy. It's the nurture. It's the receiving. It's the bounty. It's the unconditional love with healthy boundaries, because that's another thing that Pluto in Aquarius is bringing us. So the first thing I mentioned was discernment. It is teaching us how to trust, how to listen and trust our discernment, okay? And the other thing is, it is teaching us how to embody the frequency of unconditional love with healthy boundaries, okay? Unconditional love with healthy boundaries. No is a complete sentence. It's okay if you want to give an explanation, you don't have to. Sometimes it's nice to give an explanation, especially to your friends and family and the people you love, okay? But you never have to give an explanation for your no. Your no is as sacred as your yes. And the more you tap into the subtle signals in your body that are telling you to stay on the path, or take a little detour and have some berries or a nap or eat that freaking muffin. I keep coming back to that muffin, and I don't know why. I don't even want a muffin right now, okay? I have like rice pudding over here that I made. The more you get closer and closer to this completion of the cycle. So is there any other messages in the tarot for the collective, God, Goddess? No, they're saying that's it. And I feel like that's a pretty clear message. It's like, you're right there. You're at that harvest point, okay? Just trust, hold the vision, take my story of hopefully as a little bit of inspiration and perhaps a reboot of your own hope, that when one door closes, God delivers the world, okay? Trust. Don't just say yes because you're tapped into that fear of, oh, maybe there's not something better. Please don't make me laugh, okay? There's so much possibility, okay, in every breath. Can you allow yourself to see the limitless, eternal being that you are, temporarily occupying a body that does not define you? You are not defined by your traumas. You are not defined by your past stories. You are not defined by how much money you have in the bank. You are not defined by what clothes you have on your body. You might be judged for it, but you are not defined by anything in the external reality. You are defined by who you choose to be. You are defined by how you choose to love. You are defined by how deep you trust in the power of God and Goddess, in the bounty of life, in the magic of this here now moment, in the exquisite beauty of the mundane. Can you allow yourself to see every breath and every moment as the most magical moment of your life? Those are the collective messages that I have as the energy check-in today, February 1st. Ooh! And now, okay, so I have a small angel oracle here, and the angels are asking, so for two angels are wanting to come through here. So you can choose to receive the blessing of one or both angels. So take a breath here, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And now tap into whether you are being called to angel 1 or angel 2 or both, and that's okay. All right, first angel who wishes to be here and support the collective with the receiving of this harvest and the completion of this old karmic cycle and the beginning of a bountiful, easeful, thriving cycle. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so the angel who came out for group 1 is Angel Semikiel. Angel Semikiel. Okay, so I invite you to look up, consult the Oracle of Google, because I don't know much about this angel. So Angel Semikiel says, Angel Semikiel is the angel of vengeance, okay? Let's see. So what I'm getting channeled messages from this angel is, do not feed into desperation at this time. Do not allow yourself to be pulled into drama. Do not allow yourself to be pulled into gossip. Do not seek out justice. Do not take steps that could possibly create karma for you. You are being asked to surrender vengeance and justice to the holiest of holies. You are being asked to give up your need for righteousness, for equivalence, for acknowledgement from those who have hurt you and wronged you. You're being asked to let go of any need to help me with the words here, Angel. You're being asked to let go of the need to control the outcome of your difficult circumstances and trust that a favorable outcome is already written and destined and designed for you. And the only thing that is blocking you and your blessings right now is this mindset of I need justice and I need answers and I need resolution. Let go of the need for resolution at this time, beloved one. Let go of the need to be let go of the need to be paid back. That's not the right word. What is the word? Let go of the need for retribution. Let go of the need to have the last word. Let go of the need to know how those people and those situations that abandoned you and neglected you and ignored you in your time of need. Let go of the need to know what happens to them. Let it go. Give it up to God. Give it up to the angels. Give it up to the Holy Spirit at this time. Let go and just return and stay in the frequency of joy, of peace, of acceptance. What happened and is in the past. God, Goddess see and know all, and they are working in your favor at this time. So let go of all of any frequency that is not aligned with the highest and purest vibration and frequency of love for yourself, for all of your experiences that have brought you to this moment. Let go of the past, beloved one, and come back to the present. Come back to the feeling of having received your prayers answered. Come back to the fulfillment that settles into every cell and every fiber of your being at this time, beloved one. Let yourself be infused with the light of the holiest of holies, and trust that God is working in your favor, that God has seen and heard your pain, that God has seen and heard your cries, that God has seen and heard your ask. Beloved one, all you need to do right now is to soften yourself into your new life, into your now life, into the life that you have always been destined to have. You have done all you can, and now it is up to the hands of God and Goddess to exact justice and vengeance and bring you the harvest and the fruit of your labors. Soften into love, darling. Soften into love. Soften into the moment. Breathe in. Get your feet on the ground and breathe in life. Let yourself be filled with life and thoughts of beauty and grace. Let yourself dream and imagine and visualize this beautiful life that you are stepping into. Let your moments be filled with laughter and grace and acceptance and joy. Let yourself be filled up and bubbling like a child who is discovering their toes for the first time. Just such wonder and such awe and such reverence and such gratitude for life, trusting that everything is working out for you. Everything is in divine alignment. Everything is in perfect order. And all you have to do right now, beloved, is just love yourself in this moment and let yourself dream and get excited for what is on its way to you. Okay, so that was the message from Angel Simikiel. All right, now for group 2, those of you who have chosen Archangel 2, or if you've chosen to receive the messages from both. Okay. Wow. Fuck, man. The angels are coming in hot today. This is another angel I'm not very familiar with, so go ahead and, again, consult the Oracle of the Google. The angel is Kushiel, angel of punishment. Okay. So both of these angels, one is the angel of vengeance and one is the angel of punishment. Let's see what Angel Kushiel has to say. Dear one, we see you. We see that your heart has been broken, that you put your faith in goodness, and you weren't rewarded for your faith. We want you to know that we see you, and we love you, and we are so sorry for this pain. Yet know that this pain is important and essential, because it is helping you discover the strength within you. And your guidance at this time is to let yourself feel the pain without letting it harden your heart. We have seen those who have wronged you. We have seen the broken promises and the lies and the deception, the willful ignorance, the willful abuse of your kindness. Trust that in due time there will be karmic absolution. There will be healing and peace that happens. You will see these people that have intentionally hurt you. You will see the hand of God, Goddess, bring justice. Yet right now, you are being asked to not punish yourself, to not feed into the guilt and the shame, to not run away from the pain of heartache, of disappointment, of loss. You're being asked to pay attention to the signs that are showing you that you are loved, that you are protected, that you are guided, that you are in alignment, that you haven't done anything wrong, darling. You choosing to love and to trust is always a beautiful choice. And those who choose to abuse that trust, we are taking care of them. You may not see the answers that you want right away. And that's okay. Everything happens in its own good time. You're being asked to just hold yourself gently at this time and let yourself be held by your angels. Let yourself be held by your loved ones. Let yourself be held by Mama Earth. Let yourself be held by the light of grace. Let yourself heal from these wounds. Some of you, these are wounds that are coming up from childhood and from past lifetimes. And so you do not know where to put your anger. And that's okay. It's okay if you have anger. Let yourself feel it. Punch pillows, shout, scream, take a bath, go for a run. Let yourself feel all these emotions you are clearing out. So much pain, not just for yourself, but for your family and for the collective. And you have the strength to feel this pain, and you are not alone, darling. You are not alone. We see you. We see that you are hurting. We see your heart. So we invite you to look at the signs all around you that remind you of how much love there is in the world, of how much beauty and kindness there still is. Do not let yourself be hardened, dear one. Do not let yourself be hardened. Let yourself feel. Let yourself crack open. Let yourself crack open, because your grief is just love that seems to have nowhere to go, but you can give it to the earth. You can give it to the trees. You can give it to the water. You can give it to a stranger. You can compliment a stranger and just let that pain alchemize into love and share that love. And the more you allow yourself to feel, the more you allow yourself to share love, the more you allow yourself to step away from what hurts you and look around and see the beauty of life all around you. Look at the birds in the sky. Look at the insects on the ground. Look at the pets in your life. Look at the stuffies in your life that are just waiting to love up on you. Can you allow yourself to open your eyes and open your heart to feel the depths of this pain? Because, beloved one, after you go through this brief moment in time where you just feel heavy and alone, you will come to realize that you have never been alone, darling. You have never been alone. And in those moments where you have felt like you're alone, you have been carried, you have been held by the Elohim. You have been held by Mama Earth. Can you allow yourself to drink a little water in this moment and soften those hiccups? Can you allow yourself to just have a little snack and nourish that beautiful body of yours? Don't deprive yourself of joy. Don't deprive yourself of beauty. Don't deprive yourself of love and friendship. Yes, you have been hurt, and we see that. Yet you cannot go through what you have already gone through, because you have already gone through it. You are wiser for it. You are stronger for it. And the more you allow yourself to feel the more you tap into the unconditional love that you embody. We love you. We love you. We love you. Mm. 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 Whew. Those were the angelic messages that came through. Whew, that first one was intense, but that second one I felt really, really heavy. So let's light a little bit of Palo Santo to clear that energy. Ah, my God. Hands, thank you for working. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Inhale in. Exhale. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So, now that I've done the collective messages, do you see that card flew out? I was just thinking in my head, or I just got the clarity of like one card for imbolc, and then this card flew out. So let's look at it together. Okay, so we get number 11. This is a blessing, an imbolc blessing. And if you don't celebrate imbolc, you can just receive this as a little, bonus message, okay? So imbolc, the message from the Dreamweaver's Oracle, is number 11. First of all, I love the number 11. You all know this is an angel number. It is a pathway and a portal into higher consciousness. And the message is, if the fox can't find his tail. Okay, so this is a message that's coming in through imbolc. So the key meaning of this card is dig deep into your own authentic knowing. Avoid compromise. Okay, so the big message that I'm getting in, and this is tying into what I was just talking about a few moments ago with the Pluto and Aquarius energy. It's like this energy, this imbolc, this message is talking about how you are invited and encouraged to stand in your truth, okay? And I was definitely quote unquote tested, and I'm working on getting away from the word testing, and I'm still working on figuring out a better word. But, with this whole situation with this man offering me this gift and his conditions and terms, like 99% of me was like, yeah. But there was that 1% that's like something. And I took a whole week before I clarified my boundaries, and then it ended up that he rescinded his gift. Anyway, the point is I did not compromise. I chose to honor that 1% no over the 99% yes, because that's all it takes. It's just that blink, okay? And so that's the message that's coming in right now. It's like, do not compromise your morals. Do not compromise your ethos. Do not compromise your boundaries. And when it comes to boundaries, we all have our firm boundaries, and then we have our, negotiable boundaries. And that changes depending on the person and the situation. But you gotta know your core. You gotta know what is your core boundaries. What is and is not acceptable to you. Period. Full stop. You cross this fucking boundary once, we're done. Okay, you have to know your core boundaries, and then what your malleable boundaries are and how those change, right? And for example, one of my core boundaries within my life is I don't let shoes in my house, and that might seem like a really silly thing, but as a quantum seer who's highly sensitive, like I cannot allow shoes in my house. You can stand at the door, you can put booties on, or you can take your shoes off. That is a firm boundary in my house. That never changes. Even when like service people come over, I make them put booties on, or I have a plastic bags they can tie on their shoes. That protects my house, it protects me, and it just helps keep my peace. Okay, that's like a firm boundary. Okay, but what is malleable within that? Well, I can give them plastic bags to cover their shoes, right? We can work with it. A malleable boundary within my life is I am fully plant-based. Okay, but I have friends who are meat eaters. Okay, just because I'm plant-based doesn't mean I hold that boundary to them. And also within my boundary of being plant-based, if my body needs protein, for example, I had an egg a week ago, and I haven't had an egg in like over a year, but my body was like really craving protein. I have learned to listen and give my body what it needs. It's very rare that I'll eat anything that isn't plant-based, but every once in a while, my body needs that extra protein or that extra boost. And so I honor that. So I have that very cultivated boundary within my life of I am fully plant-based, and in my house, in my fridge, there's only plant-based food. But when I go out to restaurants, if my friends order meat or fish or whatever else they want to eat, okay, you do you, boo. So it's about, so this is, I am not from Lebanon. Thank you for asking, Aina Gaming? Excuse me if I mispronounce your name. But this is the message that's coming in with imbolc, okay? Do not compromise your core. Hold your integrity as if it is the most precious thing in the world, because it is, okay? Without your core integrity, okay, you start to lose your sense of self. The reason why a lot of people are quote unquote lost in today's world is because they don't know what their core values are. They don't know what their boundaries are. They don't know what their morals are. They don't know what their top 3 priorities in life are. Okay? They're just floundering out like fucking fish out of water, people pleasing, doing what everybody else is doing, no sense of authenticity, no sense of like self-respect, no sense of, you know, healthy boundaries for self, just like, this is what everybody's doing, so I'm just gonna do it and be a sheeple. I mean, if that's what you want to be, you're probably not watching this reading. I'm just gonna say that, okay? No, darling, I am not Muslim. So this is the big message that's coming in at this time, is do not compromise your core. Dig deep, okay? Pluto in Aquarius, dig deep to figure out who you truly are, okay? Sometimes you might find yourself compromising to avoid conflict. No, don't do it. But if you are compromising from a place of fear, it may work in the moment, but that's a quick band-aid. Ultimately, you are losing something about yourself in the exchange. It takes a lot of balls to say no, especially to the people we love, especially when we are presented with a cupcake that looks delicious, and I'm just like, wow, that's the most beautiful cupcake I've ever fucking seen in my life. But it's made with eggs. Sorry, not gonna do it. Okay, at least that's my boundary, right? So, no, I'm not Catholic. So, ultimately, you always know deep down what your truth is. And sometimes you need to be reminded to stay true to your inner knowing. Do not trade your truth to meet someone else's expectations or perceived dominance just to keep the peace. Do y'all hear me? The the era of people pleasing is fucking dead. It's gone. I can't even like say the words. I'm like choking all of a sudden. Because that's basically that energy of people pleasing. It's bye, gone, out, doesn't belong in your life, okay? Unless you're allowing it. And you're being asked to stop that shit. Quit it. Quit that fucking shit right now. Quit the people pleasing. Quit the pandering to everybody. Quit the following the masses. Quit the going with the flow because I don't want to upset the fucking quota. Be a revolutionary for your own self. Be the MLK for your life. Be the Mother Teresa to yourself. Be the Gandhi in your home. Okay? Whoever you look up to and aspire to and motivates you and, you know, For some people, it's Tony Robbins. I don't care for the dude. He's way too fucking aggressive. Okay, but whoever, whoever you choose to inspire to, be that for yourself. Okay, stop following trends. Stop it. Okay, unless you're a social media influencer, make sure you're using the social media, especially in this Pluto in Aquarius time. I don't know, you know, we are literally like affecting the world by what we post on social media. Post things that are authentic, that speak to your soul truth, that are in alignment with you, not just to feed the algorithm or to, you know, oh, you know, I'm gonna make this dancing video, but I feel like shit inside and I'm just gonna smile and pretend that life is good. Don't fucking do it, because you are compromising your truth. What cards are these? This is the Dream Weaver's Oracle. Isn't it beautiful? I invested in this deck for the channel. So thank you everyone for your donations, because your donations allowed me to get this beautiful deck. So thank you everyone. No, I'm not Christian and I'm not Orthodox. I swear, every time somebody asks me a question about my religion, if you're wrong, you're going to send me a $10 tip for every question that you ask me that is that gets an answer that is not true. And I'm just teasing here, but seriously. Okay, so if everyone appears to be doing it, are you going to join because you think it looks successful and sustainable? Or are you going to get clear on your unique qualities and offerings based on your value? Yeah, I don't use the word religion. When people ask me what my religion is, I'm like, love. The word religion in itself is a fucking problem. Okay? I'm not even opening the can of worms of the quantum deconstruction of the word religion. Maybe I'll do a video on it later. So, message from the card. Yeah, it's religion is a tool for programming and control. Don't get me started. It's like it's like this, okay? This is what we're talking about here, okay? Are you okay? Here's a message that's coming through. I got this download last year and I posted a video about it, but when we how do I put this into words? I did not help me with the words here. Most of the people in today's world are not operating from a place of true consent because they are still making choices and decisions based on obligation and quote unquote tradition, based on what you have learned as a child and been programmed to believe is quote unquote right or wrong. And I didn't have this realization until after my 28th birthday. And I sat with DMT for the first time. And I realized that all of my choices and decisions up until that point were coming from a place of fear. This subconscious, deeply programmed fear being raised as a Christian by Christian missionaries. I was raised by Christian non-denominational missionaries. So all of my decisions up until that point was like, is this gonna make God happy? Like, is it gonna be okay if I make this decision? Like, none of my decisions and choices, even though I was like, yeah, I'm an independent, powerful fucking woman. I know my yes, I know my no. It wasn't a true yes and it wasn't a true no because I was still operating under the programming and the condition of the religious programming that I was brought up with. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? So you're being asked to check in with yourself and find out what are your unique qualities and offerings. Is your consent coming from your heart-centered truth, or is it coming from programming, religious programming, societal programming, people-pleasing programming? Okay, can you look at every single choice in your life and say, I made this choice because it is aligned with my heart-centered truth? If I look at my life before the age of 28, fuck no. I didn't know what consent was. I was a big-ass people-pleaser. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect, but we get better the more we practice. And so right now, this is the big message that's coming in, okay? Do not say yes unless you really mean yes, or you feel it's okay if you don't have all the facts, right? It's okay to change your mind, but only do that if it's right for you. Say yes when it's a full body, fuck yeah, I'm so excited to put these socks on. I can't wait to eat that muffin. I can't wait to hang out with that friend. And if you don't feel like a full body excited yes, that's okay. You can just be like, yeah, that sounds great. It can be a calm yes, but make sure it's a yes that is coming from your heart-centered truth, not from societal programming and conditioning. Okay? So, ask for more information if you need it. Avoid being defensive. Check your assumptions. Assumptions. Ass, you, me, and assumption makes an ass of you and me. Okay, so make your assumptions. Align yourself with the idea of win-win. And then you will stop chasing your tail and digging yourself into a hole that takes you deeper and deeper into a depression. Depression is the opposite of expression. Depression is when the inner world is at a mismatch with the outer world. That's what depression is. Depression is when what's going on internally is not matching the external. How do we get out of that? We start expressing, humming, singing, moving, dancing, breathing. Do some fire breath. This is the big message that's coming in with the imbolc as we are shifting out of winter and going towards spring. Imbolc is the midway point between now and the solstice, I believe. If I'm wrong, forgive me, okay? You're being asked to get centered, get grounded, okay? Be gentle with yourself, okay? Having this realization that you may not have been operating from heart-centered truth and giving a true embodied consent can be really a difficult pill to swallow, okay? The older you get. It was a really hard pill for me to swallow. So I hold so much love and compassion. There's no judgment here, okay? Most of the people in the world are operating from a sense of distorted obligation and tradition, okay? Those traditions maybe worked for our ancestors. God bless their souls. May they rest in peace. But we are in the here now. And change is the only constant. And Pluto is in Aquarius now. This is our revolution, baby. Okay? It is time to return to our heart-centered truth. To live in authenticity. To be pioneers for ourselves. So get clear on who you are, on what your boundaries are, on what your negotiables are, on what your yes feels like in the body. Okay? Make your emotions your best friends. I have a video course called Emotional Mastery Toolkit where I share with you 3 keys to cultivate and practice every day to learn about your emotions and cultivate emotional intelligence. And it also includes a little mini guided meditation to get to know and make friends with your emotions one at a time. Okay, so if you're interested in that, head to my shop. It's a video course and it comes with a PDF guide and it's on sale, okay, for like 70% off or something right now. So learn how to feel your feelings, learn how to make your feelings your best friends because they will always show you when you are and when you are not aligned with your heart-centered truth, all right? So that is the message that I have coming in for the imbolc blessing. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I am now closing the circle. I do not have the energy and bandwidth to do personal readings, so maybe I'll come live later after I'm feeling a little more recharged and my hands are not in so much pain because the pain is coming back and I feel it and I need to get up and stretch. So I'm sending you all love. I'm closing now the circle. Thank you to all the guides, angels, archangels, ancestors, animal spirits, dragons, fairies, elementals, unicorns, mer beings, all friendly beings honoring of the light and shadow force, the highest good of all beings. Thank you for your presence here today, for your wisdom, for your guidance, for your protection. Thank you to all of the beautiful people who joined live and who are catching the replay. If these messages resonate with you and you are catching me on the replay on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, the share, comment down below. Let me know what juicy nugget really resonated with you today. I love hearing from you, and it also helps me grow. And if you feel so inspired to donate and support me monetarily, all the details of how to support me are in the details. I have a GoFundMe, and then there's Cash App and Venmo and Zelle and PayPal. You know, the possibilities are endless. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. I'm sending you so much love. My cute little yin yang bell. Mwah, 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 mwah. And until we meet again, shine bright. You are the only you, and you were born to shine.